Hi everyone, welcome to the video where we talk about how to take a life that, regardless of how much effort you're putting into, it always feels like there's something missing, like you carry a sort of slightly hollow and empty feeling around with you, and how to replace that with a life that's very enjoyable and fulfilling, but that you're very certain is going to continue that way into the future. The short answer about that is it comes down to how well you are living your life in alignment with who you truly are. The closer you live your life in alignment with who you truly are, the fuller you will feel. The further you get away from that, the emptier and the more hollow you will feel. What does that mean to live your life in alignment with who you truly are? So we're talking about your identity, and the diagram on the screen will explain everything. So across the top there's a whole list of words there, um, and what they are, they're different ways or different words that describe different parts of my identity, Ben Chandler's identity. So we look at the different strengths that I have, the different character traits that I have, the values that I bring, which I describe as the light switches for your mind, and we piece together an idea about who I really am. What is my identity? And we get really clear on that. Then down on the left-hand side, there's a list going down the left-hand side. There's a list of different activities that I've done in my life. And what we're looking at here with this chart is how well my identity lines up with the different activities that I've done in my life. So there's a color scheme there. Blue, if any blue appears on this chart, what that means is that the activity lines up really well with that part of my identity. If there's red or orange or yellow on the diagram, what that means is that activity lines up poorly with that part of my identity or who I really am. And what we're trying to do here is to replace a life where it feels like something's missing, and replace it with something that's enjoyable and fulfilling. And that's what this chart lets you do. For example, if we look at the last bottom five activities there that starts with mining, you'll see there's a lot of red. There's little bits of blue here and there, but there's a lot of red and a lot of orange. What that means is those five activities line up really poorly with my identity. And so what that means is it's not necessarily a bad activity. It just means it lines up poorly with who I am. So for me, I should avoid, if I want to be happy and fulfilled, I should avoid these activities as much as I can. If we go up the left-hand side to the next two, surfing and kite surfing, you'll find that all that red gets replaced with blue. And that means that these activities are very enjoyable for me, for sure. And if I want to experience enjoyment, I should do as much of them as I possibly can. And they are activities that I do regularly and do feel great to me. But they won't bring fulfillment because you can see there's a lot of white in there as well. So that just means there's different parts of my makeup, different parts of who I truly am that aren't being experienced when I'm surfing and kite surfing. So they're enjoyable, but it's not going to be fulfilling. If I want fulfillment, what I've got to do is go to the top two, coaching and farming. And if you look at coaching, which is what I'm doing now, you'll notice that coaching lines up really strongly with so much of who I am, so many different attributes, nearly lines up perfectly with who I truly am, my identity. So when I'm doing this, that is going to be fulfilling because it's fully lining up with who I truly am. And farming is pretty good. There's a few little white bits there, but as a whole, it lines up pretty well, and that is also fulfilling to me. So if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, two things. You'd have to uncover what your identity is. So what are the different traits that make up who you are? And then number two is to compare them to the different activities that you've done in life and maybe some ideas you have about the future. So if you want any help with that, please feel free, jump on Messenger and shoot me a message right now, and I will be only too happy to help you with that.